I don't make all my videos in English, but this video deserves to be in 2 languages at least. I am here to explain to you the definition of the word totafot in the Torah. Now, up till now, most people think that the word totafot can be translated to tefillin or phylacteries. And that comes from the definition created by Chazal for the word. And if we look at Chazal first, before I reveal my definition of the word totafot, which is actually, interestingly enough, an English set of words, which I'm about to reveal to you. But let me keep you in suspense for 1 more minute and show you what Chazal say. They actually translate this word into 2 words in different languages. Have a look at this. Okay, so here we are. Let me just show you exactly where I'm reading. Let me put a box around it. So here, we start with Rabbi Akiva says, yeah? Rabbi Akiva omer eino tzarich. You don't need this explanation because we have a different explanation. Tat in one language is 2, meaning the letters tat from totafot in a certain language is 2. And pat in an African language is 2. And so you have from the word tat, pat, 2 and 2. And when you put 2 and 2 together, what do you get? 4, which is basically tefillin. So in the definition of Chazal, the way you understand that totafot means tefillin is from the fact that in 2 different languages, when you put tat and pat together, you get 4. Now, if you think that's funny, you could, because to have one word which takes 2 different languages and gives you the number 2 in 2 languages, that's a bit absurd in my opinion. But we'll accept that because I'm also going to translate the word totafot into English. And the difference is that it's going to make more sense because in the word totafot, you've got an O sound, O. And over here, if you look, this is tat, which is not good. We want it to sound at least the same as totafot. So let's go back to our original pasuk, and then we will be able to prove that totafot means something else. And so now for the big reveal. Drum roll, please. Give us a big drum roll. The word totafot means taught, put, or alternatively, thought, put. And if you'll ask, how does God know English? And I'll tell you, in Bavel, when they were building the big building to the Shamayim, God took all the people and did bilbel et hasafot. He mixed up all the languages, and this was way before the giving of the Torah. So God certainly knows English. And if we look here, depending on which one of these you want to go with, they both kind of work and they're both similar. Totafot means taught, put. Tot is taught, pot is put. So what you've been taught, put it between your eyes. Ukshartem leot al yadecha vehayu, and they should be what you've been taught, you should put between your eyes. Alternatively, we can use thought put, and they should be thoughts put between your eyes. Now, I'll ask you a question. What does that mean to put thoughts in between your eyes? It means to remember them. They should be lezikaron, to be a memory. To put a thought in between your eyes, it means always remember, like put it, just remember what you have to do. Remember the mitzvot. And the amazing thing is there's another pasuk that replaces this word here for an alternative word, which is to remember, meaning to say that this word is just a switch out for the word zikaron, which means to put thoughts or to remember. Let's have a look at the other pasuk. Here we are. We found it right here. Ukshartem leot al yadecha. Oh, sorry, it's the wrong one. Here we are. Ukshartem leot al va'alecha leot al yadecha ulezikaron ben enecha. Zikaron, what does that mean? It means to put your thoughts. bein einecha. You should put your thoughts in between your eyes, meaning even in the translation of the word zikaron, we have putting thoughts in between your eyes. Like we saw with Yosef HaTzadik when he was in jail and he asked the guy who was leaving jail to remember him. What he meant was to put your thoughts, keep me in mind. That's the point. Keep me in mind. Put your thoughts. And the amazing part about this, it's all in one language. I'm not using two languages like Chazal are. Chazal need to use two different languages to get an explanation of this. Tat bekatvi shtaim and pat be'afriki shtaim. And also they don't have the O sound which we see over here. This O sound doesn't exist in the first tat. And so basically according to Chazal you have major issues. The first tat doesn't have an O sound. And then you're also using, let me change the color for another kasha, you're using two different languages to create the two and two. You're using katfi and afriki, which is very, very hard because I'm only using one language. And additionally, for Chazal, they don't have a reason why the alternative pasuk somewhere else is zikaron, which is basically the equivalent of totafot. And my parish, not only does it use one language, and it's a literal translation for the word zikaron, which can be found in Shmot Yud Gimel in another language, making my parish a lot more preferable than Chazal's parish. Now, to conclude, this just proves yet again, just like in all my other videos, that sadly Chazal have a tiyuvta on them from this parish, and it just proves that tefillin were never something that were written in the Torah, and you cannot derive that you need to wear tefillin from the Torah. Sadly, if you read the Torah as is and put the words that I put, which is put, totafot is thought put or taught put, into this pasuk, you have no way of needing to wear tefillin. So sadly, this is a tiyuvta on Chazal, and there is no, I don't think there is an answer that will help Chazal in this situation come back and say, listen, Daniel, even though thought put is one language, and even though it says lezikaron in another pasuk, which basically means putting thoughts in the forefront of your mind, there is no response that will justify what Chazal have explained for these psukim. And therefore, I make a complete tiyuvta on Chazal from this specific translation. Chazak u'baruch. See you in the next one.